Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lotto, Chairman of Hong Kong Society for Quality. Today, I would like to present my paper entitled Extension Business Innovation Model Approach in COVID-19 Outbreak Situation. First, I would like to introduce the background. Everybody knows COVID-19 outbreak affects the world economy, especially in the beginning of this year. China is the first place affected by the coronavirus spread, and we are the first country to lock down the whole infected region. In this trend, accelerated the growth shift to online channel during the crisis, such as a lockdown, store closure, and consumer unwilling to communicate face-to-face with sales and service personnel. So you can see this trend until the middle of March. We can recover gradually, and in the beginning of this month, 1st October is the holiday in China. Is almost recover all domestic consumption. Now I'm introducing what the business model carries. The framework of the business carries, there are 4 areas named customer interface, value proposition, infrastructure management, and financial aspect. And in these 4 areas, separate into 9 interlinked building blocks. They are customer segment, value proposition, channel, customer relationship, revenue stream, key resource, key activity, and key partners and cost structure. We are also separating the 2 infrastructure of the BMC. One is the customer value infrastructure, and the other is the business value infrastructure. I'm used the diagram to show these 2 structures how to present under this line interlinked building block. Use the CTU program as an example. In customer value infrastructure, we have customer segment such as our student, undergrad, postgrad, degree, master, PhD, etc. And go through our value proposition is all our professionals. Give the channel is a face-to-face lecture, laboratory, etc., and build up the customer relationship. We have the different department, for example, alumni department, and also the student helping send consulting, etc. And then we generate the revenue stream. It's a customer value infrastructure. And then the business value infrastructure based on our key resource, all our staff, our professional, our professor, our lecturer, our supporting staff from laboratory, etc. And do our key activity. Our key activity, like for example, lecture, laboratory, visit, exchange, student exchange, etc. Many different activity, and field sampling or other study. And then we go to our key partner. For example, HKSQ, Hong Kong Society for Quality. We will accredit some their laboratory course, and also Hong Kong Science Park or all other famous industry. We have to arrange the student visit, etc. And all related to the course structure, such as our laboratory, library, staff, etc. It's formed this whole the business model carries. And then I would like to introduce the extended and extension innovation method. Professor Troyman is a father of extenders. He studies the basic theory and methodology to deal with the incompatible problem since 1976, until his first paper named Extension Set and the issue of incompatibility published in China's Journal of Scientific Exploration in 1983. At this year, it's the birthday of the extenders. It is the original China new science for study the possibility of extending things and rules and methodology of developing innovation with the formalized pattern to resolve contradiction. The formalized pattern we use the basic element family to modeling to form the extension model. They separate the meta element, affair element, relationship element. Each element have the three components with object, characteristic, and value. It's like the program. We describe all the things using this basic element to form the model. For meta element, object is based on the meta. Affair element, object focus on the action. Relationship element for object is called about the relationship length. Extension innovation method, there are 4 steps. We call the model, extension, transformation, and selection. METS, MIS, the 4 steps. The idea M and E is like the divergent your idea, and then transformation and selection is convergent your idea. We call this divergent and convergent is a diamond thinking. It's a very good innovation thinking, and we can expand this diamond thinking continuously like PDCA cycle. So I do this cycle is called the mid cycle. Now we are talking about the model extension business innovation model. We use the BMC plus MIS in their model during the COVID-19 situation. In the mind map, this BMC can separate the products, customer, environment, and finance. So we can see the line interlinked building block. We can use the MIS cycle inside each block based on the lead of the business model, and then extend this cycle in the big cycle to cover all building interlinked building block of the business model. And you remember you separate the customer, product, environment, and finance under the MIS cycle. It is a we call the extension business innovation model we employed. Now I introduce the case study. Use the CTU degree teaching as an example. Like I'm talking before, is a customer value infrastructure focused on the study from customer segment to value proposition to channel, plus our key activity to customer relationship and revenues structure. We provide quality education service for the channel and by include face-to-face teaching, group discussion, technical visit, laboratory workshop, etc. It is always our key activity. Now we need to build a model based on their goal and condition. In the modeling phase, use the extended basic element. We can build our model is the teaching, presenting, and student present their teamwork, and also the student perform their laboratory work. Is the object, characteristic, and value. And I'm teaching 2 courses. One course is a meta element, is a professional engineer practice, and other course I'm teaching is a testing and certification science. Once we model it, we also model the limitation and condition. We need to isolate student and staff, avoid the infection train, isolate this train in CTU. What we need to do is they need to stay at home. It is a condition and limitation. And then we compare the problem. Is the goal cannot meet, the upper arrow means cannot meet the condition. Because you can separate, find the location, all location is in the CTU and laboratory. However, the limitation is that they live at home. It's a contradiction and core problem. Now, second step, we use the extension analysis. We extend, substitution extension, extend the face-to-face lecture become online, or recorded video, or student presentation using online or video presentation, and then face-to-face laboratory work become a video demonstration and use the past data set. So we have different idea generally in this phase. After that, we need to transformation different approach. They have the different combination, and we have the different transformation phase. And then we calculate the score in the selection phase. We have the different indicator in my paper. Is a feasibility, convenience, safety, etc. So after you calculate all the indicator, we have the top score. We use the top score as our select strategy. So at the end, we have the three strategy: campus-wide and real-time online teaching for postgraduate and undergraduate students according to schedule using the Zoom, and recorded video after. They are also provided under Zoom for students with study afterward. In order to keep the student team project presentation management smoothly, we suggest to ask the student prepare the video and pay during the lecture for discussion. It will achieve both time management interaction. Like our Congress, we are also allow the speaker record the video and then stay at the end for Q&A session. The virtual workshop is mostly challenging. We suggest use the video for calibration demonstration first, and then use the past data set for calculated result. So students, even though they cannot touch to connect to do their laboratory work and collect data, but they can see the demonstration, and we have provide data for them to practice to issue the calculation and test report. Okay, at the end, we give the conclusion. SBIM embodied MIS is widely to be effective and efficient for education sector during the COVID-19 period. Use a business model carriers to identify which part of business model need to have the new way for solving business contradiction problem, and then employ MIS provide different strategy. So SBIM combined BMC and MIS can reduce the scope of the core problem and solve the business problem underlying interlinked building blocks more effective and efficient. Okay, it is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Bye.